Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to look at a run cycle. And there's lots of many ways to do a run cycle, okay? And I didn't come up with this. This isn't anything new. The way I learned this is through Richard Williams' The Animator Survival Kit. And so if you go to page 176 in that book, he talks about runs, jumps, and skips. And he really has a strong understanding of how all of this works and the mechanics of everything, okay? And the run we're going to look at is on the bottom of page 177. And this is where he talks about having 6 drawings for the run, okay? And that's just for one step. So every cycle is going to take 6, 12. Okay, so 2 cycles per second, okay? And I have this little character, Henry, that I'm going to use for this. And we're going to kind of leaning forward a little. And he's got this big nose. And this was really inspired by like the 1960s Pink Panther. I really liked those characters. We're going to kind of turn his body slightly towards us. And we're going to do this with kind of a cutout style animation. And I'll show you what I mean. So like we're going to draw his body, his upper body. And we're just going to animate the legs. Okay. So maybe he has... Scoot him down a little. His legs are a little shorter. So maybe he has, I don't know, like this briefcase that might give some overlapping action, secondary stuff with the paper, and we're gonna have this paper sticking out, and then maybe, maybe a little dog's chasing him or something, or yeah, maybe he's late for work. I don't know. So we're just going to reuse this character right here, okay? And the pattern we're going to do is basically we're going to have for one step, okay? This is frame 1, and then on the other step, that's the other side, 7, okay? So 4 will be the in between. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back to the other step. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this. Here is the contact, and then we're gonna go kind of down, and then we're gonna go. He's gonna start pushing off. Okay, and then we're gonna have like an extreme push off. Okay. That back leg's coming through. And then he's going to be up in the air, but not too high. Okay. Like this. And then he's going to start coming down. And so this foot will start coming forward. And this 7 will be the contact on the other side. Okay. So we'll make this dark foot his front foot, and the light foot his back foot. Okay. Dark, light, dark, light. Okay. So, and then we're just going to repeat that cycle. Okay, so let's come in here and duplicate this first drawing. I made a little shortcut key on my X sheet toolbar up here. And we're just going to stop at 12. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this pattern up here, okay? So this will be contact, and then this will be a down. So we're going to move him slightly down. And I'm just going to turn on onion skin as I go, okay? So this will be a down. Okay, this will be an in-between. Okay, and this is 4. So this is going to be his passing position. Okay, let's go ahead and number these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to underline it so I know that's his passing position. 5, and this will be where the feet are at the highest position. 6 is an in-between, and then 7 is contact on the other side. Okay, that's the other foot coming back down. Okay, and then we'll repeat that cycle for the other leg down to 13, and 13 will be back to 1. Okay, that will give us a nice looping cycle. So let's have him come down, and that's an in between, and this is the passing position. Okay, and then this is the feet at the highest point. Okay, I'm just trying to get the body in right now, so let's scoot this up a little. Okay, contact, that's our initial starting position, and then down, and then in between, and coming up, and up, starting to come down. This is an in between, back to contact. Okay, so let's just move our stop marker up to 12 and hit play, see how that feels. All right, so this is how the run's kind of gonna go. Okay, and so we could do the legs on a new column. So let's go ahead and do that in case we need to constantly erase them and adjust them. So let's do legs, and we'll create pencil. Okay, so now we're just going to lock that previous layer, and let's do this front leg. This is contact. We're just going to keep it loose and rough, okay? Because we're going to get real scribbly to try to figure out how we want these legs to go, okay? So that's the back leg. Okay, and then as he, oops, I did that on the wrong layer. Let's edit, cut, edit, paste. Okay, that's the front leg, right? So we're just gonna keep track of these legs and look at our spacing. So he's gonna come down, okay? And let's maybe do the foot first, like this. Okay, so down, and this back foot's gonna start to come forward, and then this is an in between. So let's jump to this drawing at 4, okay? And so 4 is going to be this back leg really pushing off, okay? And so this drawing will be the leg. Remember I said it's an in-between? So, okay. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on the front leg. And now let's get the back leg in here. So it's going to start to come forward like this. And then when this one pushes off, now that back leg is like coming up. Just going to kind of shade it so I can keep track of it. And now this is the feet at the highest position. So, because of our note up here, right? This is the feet at the highest position. Okay, in between at 6. And so let's do our contact on that back foot right here. Okay, and so I'm leaving off that in between until I know where that contact pose is. And this back foot is going to start, doing like that. Oh, the front foot, sorry. Okay. Okay, I did that on the wrong frame. Like I said, it just kind of goes like this sometimes. You just mess up and try again. Okay. And so now this is this foot coming forward. Okay. It's going to kick out. Maybe the toes go like this. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. This will be the down. Okay. So now we're just working on the other leg. I can already tell that this drawing I do not like. So what I'm going to do is kick the leg out like this, erase that, and get it to come up. Sometimes it's easier for me to draw the foot first. And now get this like that. Okay, and this will be the back leg starting to kick off, right? And I should have made notes up here, so let's do that. So contact, okay, contact, down, in between. It's going to be in between 8 and 10. 10, this will be a passing position. 11, which will be the feet at the highest position. And then 12 will be an in-between. And then we'll go back to 1. Okay, so let's see if we're on track here. That back leg. Okay, and now it's going to push off the most extreme push off. Okay, and now it's going to flick out and come up. And then we're going to be back at 1. Okay. So now let's get this front leg. It's going to come forward and up. And the feet at the highest. Okay, just keeping it loose. And now it's going to start coming down into that, back into that frame 1. Okay, do you see that? So, okay, so let's come up here and just hit play and see what it feels like. Okay, that's kind of cute. So if you need to, come in here and adjust the spacing. Like I noticed that foot was a little too close, right? We could turn on onion skinning and just kind of see our spacing of our feet. And if it's not working, we're going to adjust it, okay? So, and you can favor different feet positions if you want. Like, it's your animation. So that's going to pass. Okay. So like right here, I want to get this foot to kind of just flow a little better with that previous drawing. And now it can start to come down and push. Okay. I'm just looking at the front foot. Okay. And so now let's look at the back foot. So the back foot is coming across. Up, up, and then out. And see right here, we could push this, right? If we wanted, we could get this a better arc right in there, okay? And then boom, down. And even the contact could scoot back a little. Boom, just to kind of fix that spacing, okay? Cool, so what I'm gonna do is go in here and create a new column, and I'm gonna lock all the columns I've done before, and I'm gonna ink it and then color him in, and yeah, that'll be our little run cycle with Henry. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you'd like to see, what you'd like to learn. If there's anything you're confused about, email me, let me know, message me, or leave a comment down below. And until next time, happy animating, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.